folks. We'll just see what they end up giving us. But we'll go ahead and put in our initial rev speeds, which with that wind, we are going to be fighting it pretty hard. So we're going to set, you notice I only went 3 plus 3 on my VREF, and that's because it's so just tight of an airspace that I really don't want to come in there so fast. Because it is such a small runway. Let's go ahead and set our auto brake up to 3. And like I said, we'll probably come in pretty
American 15, Potomac, you're not up, are you?
And there we are checking in. Let's go ahead and check in with him. Potomac approach, this is American 1515. I am indeed up. How you doing? Good afternoon. Joining you, passing through 23,000 feet.
American 1515, we're doing well over here. The I have no flight plan on file for you. Do you know where you're heading or what arrival you're on?
Yeah, 1 second. I am on the Freedom 6 arrival, heading to runway 1. But then I caught the winds, and I was wondering if runway 4 might be better into DCA. But also, I'll double check that my flight plan is filed.
Yeah, no worries, American. Oh, it just popped up for me. It's going to be runway 1. We don't really land the runway 4 that much, so.
Hey, roger that.
And looking at your aircraft type, it would be too short for you, probably. But. Alright, American 1515, you can recycle your transponder squawk 6230 for me, please.
Copy, 6230. American 1515.
Learjet 2 Tango Bravo, or not Learjet, Citation 2 Tango Bravo, you can descend and maintain 3000. 3000, we wish we were as fast as a Lear for 2 Tango Bravo. That's okay, I want to alert.
Gotta love when VFR guys get on. VFR is your smaller prop engines. They usually have radio issues. As you might have heard in there. Hopefully you did, but maybe it came through. If it did, comment down below and I'll do my best to try to mediate that in the future. We're gonna plan for about 210 knots until we intercept, and we'll go gear down, flaps 15 at the platform, then we'll set final flaps. We'll target the VREF plus 3. The picture's not right by 1,000 when we go around. That's the way it works. We'll run our landing lights, you know, in keeping with this channel's tradition of safety lights first. Everyone knows I'm a huge fan of running landing lights in the middle of the day in clear weather.
Hey, American 1515, you can continue to descend into Freedom 6 traveling, set the Mount Vernon Visual runway 1 approach.
Expect Mount Vernon Visual, runway 1 approach, make it 1550. I love visuals. Wonder if the charts are in here. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Alright, here's how we run the Mount Vernon approach. Flying over the Woodrow Wilson Bridge. You see here by Baden, you want to be about 1,600 feet above ground level. Your visual cues, which obviously for visual landings, going to be your Masonic Run Temple, power plant.
Good afternoon, Potomac approach, flight 1984. Currently flight level 2.
And then of course your
20
Washington magnets.
Alright, aircraft calling Potomac, just say call sign for me one more time. I think I heard you, but I just want to confirm I got it.
Here we go, yeah, Fliggity 1984.
Alright, Fliggity 1984,
Mount
so
Vernon
approach, the Baltimore altimeter is 3021. Do you want the bar nav or do you want the visual for Annapolis?
visual will probably be better, flight 1984. And use the altimeter was 3011.
Oh yeah, Baltimore altimeter 3021.
3021.
Turn this down real quick. Then we're gonna take a pop outside just so we can look around, see what we're flying in. I know you guys like these views. I do too.
Alright, Lady 1984, you can proceed direct destination, maintain 5,000 pounds.
Comment down below how you guys are flying.
Destination.
You fly external or do you fly in the cockpit?
1984.
Tell me what your preferred way is. Look at that. That is cool. If you're new here, we'd love to have you join us. Subscribe with us. Join the growth of this channel. Help influence it and see where we go. You know, spread it around. Tell your mom, friends, husband, wife, great aunt, twice removed. Let them all know. Doc Cook Flying has got some cool stuff going on over there.
The visual approach 112.
If you're into Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Can you repeat that last part, flight 1984?
Yep, Lady 1984, you can plan for the visual approach runway 12 for Annapolis.
Plan for visual approach runway 12, flight 1984.
And let's see, so here's Tango Bravo, you can maintain 2,000. The river is at your 3 o'clock, about 5 miles, reporting site.
Better descend to maintain 2,000 now, and we have the river in sight for 2 Tango Bravo.
Alright, so there's 2 Tango Bravo, you're clear for river visual, runway 1, or the Mount Vernon Visual, Jesus, runway 1 approach, you can contact Tower 19 airplane 1, have a nice switch flight.
Roger, we can pick up the Mount Vernon Visual for runway 1, 2 Tango Bravo, over to Tower 119.1. Thanks for the service.
Yeah, man, have a good one.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but that plane that was just being cleared for final was actually doing our Mount Vernon approach as well, so that's fun. However, I also heard that Tower is online, so let's get that frequency and go ahead and, what I like to do is go ahead and plug it in that way into the standby. That way when you're down setting up for final, it's simple to just hit the switch instead of fumbling with all this nonsense once you're down at altitude. Sometimes that works. Sometimes I've had the wrong frequency plugged in, so you of course have to remain what this channel likes to call flexigent. It is a military term of flexible and vigilant. Be flexible but vigilant in your flexibility. Does it sound like an oxymoron? Of course it does, because that's the military. Alright folks, you see we're going through our first deceleration altitude step here. As we're approaching into hitting the 10,000 foot mark, you'll notice the Boeing will slow the descent and try to coordinate getting down to 250 knots with the altitude hitting 10,000 feet, along with our star that we're following, which is the Freedom 6 into DCA. Freedom 6 approach, if you didn't hear earlier. See here, we're passing through 11,500. Everything's looking clear. Our flight picture, sorry, looks clear. It does not look like we have much in the way of traffic around the airport, other than the flight that just landed. There are, looks like, 5 airplanes currently waiting to depart DCA
Potomac approach, good afternoon. Profile 213 is chicken 14-4. We're descending on the DO3, and we have a slope.
And there we go. There's another.
All right, profile 213, Potomac approach, Washington altimeter 2021. You continue descending via the DO3 arrival, and you expect the Mount Vernon Visual Runway 1 approach.
There we go.
All right, continue descent via the DO3 and planning for the Mount Vernon Visual Runway 1.
Potomac approach, Southwest 2054 at Baltimore. Ready for push and start information, Mike.
You're setting up for quite the little VATSIM party here.
2054, Potomac departure. Thank you for Mike. Push back onto Tango is approved. Tail facing southeast.
Push on to Tango, Southwest 2054.
All right, folks, as you see, we are passing through 10K, so this is going to be my airplane. Go ahead and hit the switch. All right, my plane. We'll hit our lights.
Question American 532 up in 1200 now. American 532, Potomac departure, radar contact.
We're going to slow our descent a little bit.
1,000 now. 1,000 American 532.
And as you might or may not remember from our previous, from our departure brief, actually, wait 1 second.
2000 flighting 1984.
So as you may or may not remember from our pre-departure brief, we're going to maintain about 210 knots by the time we get down to altitude.
180 knots dead, does that maintain 2,000?
180 knots.
Or try to if he allows us to. He being the air traffic controller in this case. However, that's the speed we're going to try to maintain as we get all the way down to intercept and find the Mount Vernon Visual approach and begin that run. Alright, let's see where we need to be going altitude wise. See how fast we need to be descending. Alright, so we want to be at 6,000 feet in about 8 miles, so we're pretty good on our descent rate right now. Might actually be coming in a little steep, so let's, you know what, no, I don't want to go that slow just yet. Let's keep it where we're at for now. Just slow our descent, come a little more shallow, but keep the speed north of 210 for now. Basically what I was just debating there was whether or not we're going to go to flaps 1 yet. And I decided not yet.
And Bleeding 1984, the field's at your 12 o'clock, 5 miles, report when down inside.
Fuel inside, flighting 1984.
Alright, Bleeding 1984, clear for the visual approach, runway 12, free station advisory approved. I'm actually getting off, so you won't be able to report IFR cancellation in the air on the ground, but you have a great rest of the flight, okay?
You too, thank you very much, have a good day.
See ya.
Wonder if he's gonna stay on long enough for us to land. He might. Or long enough to turn us out. I bet he's gonna stay long enough for us to intercept. Oops. I did not mean to point the nose up like that. Really need some foot pedals so it stops being so janky on my yaw.
American 1515, so maintain 2,000.
Send and maintain 2,000, American 1515. So now we're going to descend down to 2,000 and then...
Yeah, 1515, that's 3,000 for you.
Copy, 3,000, American 1515.
For flight 213,
Okay,
let's
so
see,
we're going to go ahead and go flaps 1.
We'll
start slowing down
2,000.
for real now.
Okay,
Until we get into
less and then down
what
to
is going
2,000,
on with my flap or my yaw right now? I just checked sensitivity and there was no issue. I don't understand what's happening sometimes with that. It just gets in these moods, see? but I'm too close to final now. I need to lock in. Stop blaming the equipment.
American 532, you can contact New York Center 125.32. Have a great rest of your flight.
125.32, American 532, bye-bye.
You know what I forgot to do, y'all? Yeah, we're still...
American 1515, the Potomac River is your 12 o'clock, 7 miles, report when you have insight.
Potomac River is in sight. American 1515.
American 1515, you're clear for the river visual, or the Mount, I don't know why I'm doing this thing, man. American 1515, you're clear for the Mount Vernon Visual Runway 1 approach. You can change frequency to 119.1. It's going to be a CTAP and advise intentions. Hopping off now, so have a good rest of your flight.
Cleared river visual into runway 1. Switch over to 119.1. Thank you so much for your service. You did great. Thank you. Again, have a good one.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate you flying. Have a great rest of the day.
Peace. And that is unofficially how you say out at the end of a transmission in this world of flight simulators.
13, I'm actually hopping off now. You're going to, just based on what I'm seeing here, you're going to probably be number 2 behind that, arriving American 737. They're on about a 7-mile base right now. If you're going to change to advisory period, direct then TTAP on 19.1, and have a great rest of your flight.
I appreciate you sticking around as long as you did 19.1, and we'll look out for that traffic number 2, 213.6.
So yeah.
DCA, this is American 1515 coming in the Mount Vernon Visual requesting RNAV runway 1.
DCA air traffic, profile 213, 8200, we're descending via the DO3. Actually, on the descent from approach down to 2000, and we're still following the Rebel. We'll be looking for traffic setting up for runway 1, DCA.
2500.
Here we go. Now we'll just go ahead and do the river visual. Excuse me, guys. Goodness. Once we get turned around here, we'll pop out our landing gears and bring her on in. We need to come up, but here we go. Now we can keep going. And flaps 2. It's about to start yelling at me for those landing gears, I bet. If I had to bet my bottom dollar, I would tell you that this thing's about to start buzzing at me, telling me to put down my landing gears, even though I'm not trying to sacrifice that much speed just yet. Now let's lock in, gears down. There we go. So now it's flying like it wants to. Now it's flying like I want it to, I guess is the better term for that. There we go. And you see over there is Mount Vernon. We're bringing it in. We kind of came around the weird way over Alexandria area and whatnot.
Inbound traffic to DCA. What's your distance from Katrin there?
Traffic into DC, this is American 1515. I am 10 miles out to runway 1, DCA.
Alright, sounds good. So I'll be looking for you, setting up just outside of Katrin. Should put me behind you.
Roger that. We'll try and maintain as
Flight slow.
close as possible.
Thanks.
Flight slow.
Down to flaps 3. We have our
Flight slow.
set. We are set up for final, everyone.
Glide slow. Glide slow.
The reason I wanted to come in here was kind of strategic in that I knew we were going to have this strong wind
Glide slow.
pushing us that direction. So that's why I wanted to fly into it a little bit on our way into DC, but we really need to get this locked in.
Glide slow.
We're flaps 25 now,
Glide slow.
but we're still low in the glide slope. That's why it's yelling at us, so we're going to not descend just yet.
Glide slow.
You'll start to see
Glide slow.
just off our nose there, you see the Woodrow Wilson Bridge.
Glide
Alright.
slow.
There's the Washington Monument. And the way DCA works is if you just maintain your
Glide slow.
center line on the Washington Monument, in a lot of ways you are
Glide slow.
fairly close to where you're trying to be.
Glide slow.
There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. You see those winds are really getting at us right now.
Glide slow.
I got about 16 knot gusts coming directly 90 degrees relative to us.
DCA traffic, 213's got the proceeding traffic on TCAS going to be turning base, ILS runway 1,
Glide
DCA.
slow. Glide slow.
DC traffic American 1515, I'll make quick work and get off your runway. So if you want to pull in close, you're good for it.
Yeah, I guess TCAS just outside of Katrin. I was just looking for out the window, but I think we're looking good.
Sweet. Sounds great, sir. And here we come in, just nice and smooth. I need to get down a little bit because of where I want to hit and how short the runway is, and I want to be slower. I think you guys remember from me saying that.
100.
But here we go. Look at that. Look at this.
50. 40. 30.
Oh, where are you at, flight instructors?
10.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was too busy just having a fantastic landing. Here goes a little Airbus 319 waiting to taxi out and fly. Alright, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, what were your thoughts on that one? I thought it went pretty well. Full VATSIM down. You know, if you enjoy things like this, you know, feel free to obviously subscribe and join us here. Drop a comment, something nice and fun and encouraging and beautiful to other people. It's kind of energy we're trying to bring here. And yeah, I want to thank you all for joining us today. Another episode of Dog Code Flying. Signing out.
DCA air traffic, Flight 213 just outside of Katrin, about a 10-mile final runway 1, DCA.